Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about Evernote, which is an awesome organizational tool almost everybody should be using. So first thing we're going to do is actually go to their website, evernote.com. And when you go here, you'd want to create an account, and then you actually want to download Evernote for your computer. So you click on that, download, set it up. Pretty simple to do. After you do that, what will happen is this lovely little icon will appear on your desktop, and if you double click that, it'll open up a box that looks very similar to that. Probably won't be full of stuff though, like mine is. So this is the Evernote application as it appears on your desktop. And I'm just going to go over a few of the basic features here, and then I'll, in my next video, I'll talk a little bit more in depth on some of the things. Evernote is an organizational tool, and just from the name you would think notes, keeping track of different things in life, and that's essentially what it is. But the great thing is that Evernote is very clean and clear and easy to use. And so what you'll find on a day-to-day basis is new and different things to use Evernote for, things you would have never thought of the day before or the week before. So in this base screen, you essentially have three different columns. On the left is going to be your what Evernote calls notebooks, and these are, you can think of them as folders. You can title them whatever you want, and this is kind of the basic organizational structure. Each note you create, you can sort into any folder, or any notebook, I should say, you'd like, and that's really how you keep. It's really how you keep Evernote organized, is through the use of notebooks. Really easy to create. You right-click, create a notebook. You can rename them. You can delete, do whatever with them. So this is how this is the basic organizational tool. And as you can see, as I click on each notebook, something new appears. This middle column are the notes. These are each of the separate notes in the notebook that you're clicking on. So currently I'm in my world history notebook, and these are the 4 notes in there. If I go to my all notes, which will show all your notes not organized by notebooks, you'll see that list expands. I'm going to go back to the world history one. So that's the middle column. It's just displaying each of the notes located in your notebook. And then on the far right, this is your body column, I would call it, because this is what is actually contained inside of your note. And it really is just simply a basic text editor. You got a few different things you can choose from up here. Font size, color, and a few alterations. But really, it's just a simple text editor. And that is what is, like I said, what's great about Evernote. It keeps things very organized, very clear. It doesn't really clutter things up. And so there's the basic structure of Evernote. You have your notebooks, you have the notes inside the notebooks, and then you also have the actual note itself. So if you want to create a new note, there's a few ways you can do that. You can click on the new note button up here, or you can right click inside of the actual notebook you're working in, new note, and from there it'll bring up a new note. It'll now appear inside your notebook, and it'll bring up a new screen to type in. So I'm going to type that this is a new note, and from here you fill in and add things. This is also where you can set the title of your note. So I'm just actually call it my new note. And as you can see, that is now the title of the new note. And now that you've created it, and you are already inside the world history folder or whatever, I said folder, you are already inside your world history notebook, it automatically will put it in there. If you were working in your All Notes screen and created a new note, create one. This is note number 2. What you'll see is it will only be found under your All Notes, and also the notebook with a little arrow next to it. This is kind of your base notebook to get started. I rename mine short for miscellaneous, but this is where all your original notes will appear. And from here, you can simply drag and drop those notes into whichever notebook you would like it to go to. So I'm going to drop it into World History. As you can see, it's now disappeared from the miscellaneous notebook and now appears in your World History notebook. And that's Evernote. It's simple and it's easy to use. The other big item, or the other big thing that Evernote does, is it allows you to sync all these notes over multiple platforms and devices. You can have Evernote on a separate computer, or for many people, you can have Evernote on your smartphone using an Evernote app. And so what happens is Evernote, every time you do something new, is going to sync. And what that does is it is updating its database and syncing anything new you've done to any other Evernote application you may use. So if you're working in your desktop one, once you sync, all the new things you've done will now be, you'll be able to access on your, say, your iPhone Evernote app. And so that's what's great, is for those spur-of-the-moment things. You're at the grocery store, and you want to look up a recipe that you wrote in your Evernote. It's right there in your app. Or you're out and about and you take a picture. You can put it right there in your Evernotes and save it for later. Maybe it's an address on a billboard, or anything. And that's what I mentioned at the beginning, is you will find Evernote is more useful than you could ever imagine as each day goes by.